Okay, but at some point, you and Big Meech stopped talking.
Yeah, so we stopped talking. Me and Meech last time talking was 2017, right? So in 2017, we on the phone like normal, regular conversation one night. And then my homeboy that was with me, he was like, Tone Bird, he from BMF too. Tone was like, ask Big Homie, what's up with the movie with 50? Like, what's going on with he from New York? I had to use my New York accent. Yo, what's going on with the 50 Cent movie? So I'm like, oh, yo, Meech, what's up with the movie, with the TV show? Like, where y'all at with that? He like, oh man, it almost done. The contract almost done. It almost done. We're gonna be starting. They're gonna be, starting to cast it or whatever, right? He's like, I just gotta wait to holler at Tammy before, you know what I'm saying, I know where we at with that. And Tammy is a government informant. So when he said that, I was like, Tammy, what you mean, Tammy? Like, you ain't heard what's going on with her? And they were like, shit, nigga, I heard some shit, but whatever it is, that shit ain't got shit to do with me. And he was like, man, I'm gonna hit you back. I'm like, all right, that's the last time I ever talked to him. Next time I ain't even talked to him. Next time my cousin talked to him and said that he was trying to get on the phone with me while I'm getting into it with Lil Meech. Lil Meech came into one of the stores that I was working with, one of the exotic rental stores, to rent a car one time, and was talking shit. Start talking crazy shit about me, nigga. And my son was in there working at the time too. I'm gonna have my son whoop his ass trying to let the kids lock up. You know what I'm saying? I was mad as a... But all this shit just ended up stemming from a whole nother situation that was surrounding me that was going on and shit.
So
you want to pull up some paperwork? You want me to show you how to pull up some paperwork?
So you're talking about Tammy Cowens, right?
Yeah, Tammy Cowens.
Okay, now
she's a co-producer of the BMF Stars TV show.
Okay, and you're saying that she's an informant?
Definitely, 100%.
Okay.
She's been an informant since 2009.
Okay, so I'm on the page right now.
Yeah, it's 32 pages or something.
I'm on the first page, and now it says, United States of America versus plaintiff, and it says, Donnie Gatlin, Timothy.
Dion Gatlin. Shout out Cuff. Gatlin. Shout out Cuff. That's my Cuff. Dion Gatlin. Yeah, he's one of the first defendants. Yeah.
Okay.
St. Louis Project. What's happening?
So, can you kind of break down this paperwork for me and how she's involved in this? And where can I go?
Tammy Cowens is Big Meech personal assistant / business partner / whatever you want to call. You know what I'm saying? Basically, she became the owner of what Meech has as BMF Entertainment, his company from prison. His company, she became the owner of it in 2008. And in 2009, she became a government informant. In 2010, she did a case that was pertaining to a guy that Meech met in prison and one of Meech's homeboys of 26 years.
Okay. Now, in this paperwork, it doesn't actually say her name.
Right, yeah. You will have to it don't say her name. It say her name on paper on the cover sheet, her actual name. But this is a case, so they're not gonna be saying the witnesses' names in the case. They're gonna call them CS1 or CSOI or something like that, confidential source or whatever. It's confidential, bro. It's not public. That, you know what I'm saying? The snitch on the case is not public. You feel me? Until maybe after the case and the people was put away in prison and they out of government hiding and all that shit, and then you get some paperwork and then you might see it. Outside of that, you got to be tapped in. You got to have that pacer. Got to be able to pull cover sheets and shit like that. But when people read the affidavit, it explains to you exactly who she is. And then when people follow or know, or once you get to understand this situation, then you'll get to see exactly who Tammy Cowens is.
Okay, I'm gonna read a little part of it real quick, man. It says CS1's relationship with Flannery, Suarez, and Gatlin. When CSI became a DA informant, CSI was and had been a longtime associate of Demetrius Flannery. Now, Here's where it says CSI1 held Flannery's power of attorney and life rights with creative control. So
Yeah, that means she's the person that got his life right. So she's the person that 50 Cent got the movie from, the TV show from. That's the only way to get it. You can't get it from Meech because he in prison, so he can't DBA. He can't do business from prison. He's in jail. So he has to sign his rights to do his life story or do whatever he gonna do in his name over to somebody else. And Tammy Cowens is the person that was appointed to do all of that business. And she's the one that got the deal with 50. That case that you pulled up with that red docket number, it's a cover sheet that goes to that page that tells you what's inside of that packet. And it tells you all of the people, it tells you the defendants, it gives everybody, it gives the whole, it's a cover sheet. And the cover sheet it says the name of the actual informant, and it tells you hereinafter in this affidavit, this person will be named CSOI or COI or CI, however they name it. They take the name off, so don't know who the snitch is. The reason, this how they found out who the girl was, bro, who was telling. Cuff's baby mother, okay? Cuff's daughter contacted me, how I figure out all this, okay? She the one that first contacted me. Her mom, this lady is like 20-something years old, 30 maybe. Her mom put a private investigator on the people or whatever and found that the infidelity, the man recorded the people staying overnight with each other at hotels and all kind of shit from state to state. Okay, so they put them on the stand in court and they admitted the shit. It's all in that paperwork. They admitted that they had the sexual relationship and everything. So it was up the whole case. Now it's infidelity in the case. They can't take the bitch's statements and shit no more because she didn't f the agent. You feel me? So they threw it out. That's why Meech never got out. But now people are like, well, then why did the other dude still get time then? If Meech didn't get out and it got thrown out, why did the dude get 25 years? Because they did a superseding indictment and he got in trouble for something that they heard during the wiretap that didn't have nothing to do with that drug deal. So the other people didn't get in trouble for this. This is something that he did on his own time. And they locked up him and some other people for that, for a murder of a government witness that they heard it happen on his phone. So they just did a superseding indictment since they heard it and they was finna all get off. He felt like they wanted him anyway more than the Mexican mafia do. They were trying to pin him anyway. They wanted Cuff. That's how he feel. You feel me? So as soon as they had him, they like, oh yeah, we finna nail Cuff ass. And they got down on him. Right when that shit went bad for Meech and them and the shit was all going out of court. If people realize, man, in 2018, it started going viral that Big Meech was finna come home from jail. All right. It was like March or May 24th or something like that, 2018. It was going viral right before Barack Obama came out of office. Some people were saying that Barack was finna give him a pardon. Some people were saying that, he was getting out for other reasons, COVID and all of this shit. But then he never got out and they just stopped saying it. It just went away from the internet. And during that time of that push of that, for shit like that to go viral, it's got to get inserted to the bloodstream of the internet. It takes some powerful shit for that to happen. You just can't post something and it's just viral. You know what I'm saying? And shit don't really work like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was a powers that be behind that marketing campaign of him coming home, but he ended up not coming home. And then once you look at the paperwork and see how shit read, they don't get no leniency for the shit because the people didn't get convicted of the charge for the drugs and the money that was found during that investigation. So that's why he's still sitting there. And that's why people will argue all day like, oh, he ain't do shit, man. Why he still in jail then? If he worked with the people, he would have got out. And all this shit is you got to understand and read. That's why you got paperwork. You can't guess and assume. I didn't know none of this shit at one point in time until the young lady called me talking about Uncle Meech is a rat. And I'm like, what? Hold on, watch your motherfucking mouth. Like, what you talking about? You got to have some paperwork before you say shit like that. She got me that paperwork. And then when I read it, I still was looking like, man, this shit look like this lady said, Meech, let me wait, see if they charge him with something. A year go by, another year go by. The case was already years old. I got onto it in 2015. It went to 2017 when I asked him, what's up with that? He said, Tammy name. And I said, damn, you ain't heard what's going on with her? And he told me whatever it is ain't got shit to do with me. Got off the phone with me. That's the last time I ever talked to him again. So obviously he knew I knew. I told him I had the paperwork and shit. And I just wanted to make sure he knew what was going on because I wasn't even sure if he even knew, you know what I'm saying, like that. Like what was it? He had to, but I was still questioning because that's my man. Like I'm trying to ride with my man. You feel me? So I'm like, nah, man, hell nah. This shit, nah. She trying to smash him, bro. She trying to him up. Like, why is he in there even doing this dumbass shit, all this good shit he got going on? I couldn't even understand it and it makes sense. I'm like, he's smarter than this. He know he got a whole TV show getting ready to be produced and he doing this. But when you get the paperwork, man, that shit stemmed back to 2010. Before they even thought about doing a TV show with motherfucking 50 Cent, they was already tied in with the people. It was already going. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent came into it. That shit was already, the investigation was already 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it ended up how it is. You know what I'm saying? But people need to know. They need to know who they working with. You need to know who you calling a gangster, who you holding your pledge to. All that shit need to be known, bro.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.